Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to How to Kill a Kit with Style for the month of August. Using up Storyteller collection from Coco Vanilla Studio. That is our plan. We're obviously not going to actually fully kill it in the month of August, but we are trying to get into it. We did the one layout that went up on Monday, and now I'm going to pull in another cut file. I really had fun. I didn't actually have fun backing the cut file, that's not my thing, but I did like working with it. I haven't worked with a cut file in a little bit, so I thought that would be a good one. I found this one. Again, these are all from my stash, so they're pre-cut. Says love you to the moon and back. I'm sure there's multiple places where you could find one that says the exact same thing. It's quite a common thing. And I think if I layer in my photo kind of like this is my plan. I can even cover up some of the D if I wanted. Anyways, my plan is to kind of do something like that. So my photo's off here because of the way we're looking. But mostly, Bear's little shirt here. Look at how perfectly it matches the colors in this collection. Like, it's amazing. So that is my plan. We're going to, again, pre-back this before I come back live with you and get this done. Let's get going. Sorry, I should also mention, when backing cut files, it's a great opportunity for you to use the Project Life cards or the pocket cards, whatever they're called, in 6x8 paper because the pattern is smaller than it is in the 12x12. Now I know this is kind of, you know about this, most people know about this, but just in case, you know, maybe it's been a while or maybe you are new to scrapbooking and you don't know this, I just thought I would mention that as well. This is a great way to go ahead and use this 6x8 or A5 paper. It's a really great way to get that used up, especially when you're trying to use it up so you can get this collection used up. So okay, now let's get going. Okay, so I've just started to back this. I literally have one letter backed, but I thought I should really explain to you how I decided which colors should go where. Now, this is a preference. Everyone's going to be different with what they think, but I knew right away I wanted to use this piece of pattern paper because of how closely it matches my son's shirt. And we know that this is going here. So I need it to not be right next to it. It's a little too matchy-matchy. So I put it to the farthest point away from it. So that was my first decision, which was really easy to make because I knew that that's where it would then go. So I pulled just, I think, about one of every pattern with the exception of maybe the cut apart piece. I believe I have. So I've grabbed them all thinking I can look and see what we want to do. Now this is my son, so floral probably not needed. I might tuck a few in the photo itself with the ephemera, but I don't actually need it from the pattern paper. So that was an easy one to put to the side. Now I like this one, I really do. And it is smaller because it's the A5. So I am thinking about that one, and I did originally put it right here. I like the idea of it, I like the colors of it, and you still kind of have the idea of all of that. So there's that one. I have the yellow, and I thought putting it up here was a good option because it's far away from the photo, so it doesn't, because when this yellow is next to this photo with the filter it has on, it's not a good mix. So I thought maybe up here would be a good option, and that's where I originally had it, but you're gonna see how I've changed it. The next thing I thought about is if I have the big hearts, I should probably have the small hearts, and we don't want that right next to each other. So the next farthest away place to that would be the and. So I'm going to slide this under here, which also helps break up the bold I've got going on with that. For the moon, I automatically wanted it to be the blue. Don't ask me what made me make that decision. I just really, I really wanted it to be that color. So again, we're going to slide that color in so you can have a look. And now I come to what do I do next? Because now we've got a pattern, a solid, and I know they all have pattern to them, but a pattern and a solid color. So these technically, like this should probably be a solid and this should probably be a pattern. And these are my options that I have left. And then I was like, I'm really not sure what I want to do and where I want to go. So I tried this floral, thinking the floral might work and we could put it here. But then I thought again, it's a little too feminine for what the vibe I'm trying to go for. So I'm not going to use this piece, and I'm going to put that to the side. The stars. We think of stars, a lot of times we think of yellow. So I'm going to pull that yellow out, and I'm actually going to back the stars with the yellow, which really helped me make a decision because I only have 2 other colors left, and I don't really want it to go this kind of soft color next to this soft color. That for some reason doesn't make make me happy, but the green next to the Love You does. So we're gonna do that, and now we just have to play with this. I still want a pattern. We've got a white base pattern and a white base pattern, and so I wanted to pull in, I thought this one, and so we're gonna slide that one for the because you don't want it right next to the other pattern. It gets too busy if I had it in the word to. Final decision is I then need a solid. So I can do the wood grain, but again, it's a little too, it just blends too much, and it's going to be right next to that yellow. So that isn't going to work for me, which leads me automatically to the pink, which we will slide. And now I don't have an issue with the fact that the pink is close to this one in a smaller form. It bugged me. That extra letter bugged me, but in a smaller form, I'm fine with it. And then my final problem was this, it works and I like it, except for the fact that it's a little bit too, I don't know, bold, geometric. I'm not really sure the word I'm thinking of, but it's too much and it's not going to work for me. So that leaves me with my last final pattern paper, which is this plaid, but it has all the colors represented. So it's going to go like that. I'm still struggling a little bit with the fact that that's soft and that's soft. So I might end up changing it, and maybe I'll do something as simple as, instead of having it this way, maybe I need to have it this way with that. Maybe I need to go between the yellow and the, I don't know. But so that's my final decision is if I'm going to use this for the and or the back and the way it's going around. But I just thought I would share that with you because everyone makes different decisions on about how they're going to back cut files. You could literally do every letter a different pattern. There's so many options, but for me, I just want it to be the solid word as one pattern. All right, I'm going to get this done and then we will come back. Here's a look at it all done and what my final decisions on backing that pattern or that cut file. I'm going to slide my photo back where my whole original point was, and then I'm going to use this really fabulous background paper. Now this is one of the 12 by 12 sheets from the Storyteller collection. The back of it, I believe, is a yellow. No, I think it's a yellow. I'm not sure. It's when I wasn't too upset to sacrifice this one, I have 2 sheets of each one. So I'm going to do a little border as well in the blue to highlight the fact that it's about Barrett. I felt the blue kind of honed in on that. I then decided that that cut apart needed to actually be cut apart. So I went ahead off camera, did that. I'm going to back my photo with some of this pretty blue heart paper. Again, just kind of subtly driving in the fact that this layout is about Barrett with the blue colors and just that slight nod to, you know, we do tend to think of blue with boys. I know that's not always the fact and we're trying to get out of that, but it's still a subtle nod to that, right? Now, I also had that second piece from what I tore out, so I'm going to add in the yellow as well. I like this. It's just a little something behind my photo, nothing too crazy. The cut file is big and bold and in your face, so there's not a lot of embellishing that has to be done with this. Now, I definitely could have gone crazy and added lots of things. I did think about adding in florals and all sorts of stuff. But in the end, what I decided to do is go into my Spiegelmom scraps, grab these little gold stars, they're little sequin stars, and place them in the O's and A's in the cut file to kind of mark those spots.
I really loved how that kind of turned out and works. I'm going to then go into my ephemera. Wow, I can't talk today. And I end up covering up the O in love and the O's in moon with a couple little phrase banners. And that really just kind of tied it in for me. It didn't need much more. So I was happy about that. I am thinking about one of these banners. Now, I did not know this, but this particular sticker one, you can actually tear out the sticker pieces with the backing on them quite easy. I know sometimes you can do it, but then the whole back of it gets messed up. This just popped right out. So that would help me make my decision on which banner I want to use. I do decide to go with the red one because it gives me that visual triangle of red, which I love. I add the camera border down there. I just wanted something to kind of ground this layout, and that was what I decided to do. And with that, my layout is done. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all again soon. Link for Scrapbook Your Joy is down below. Bye, everyone.